I'm Dr. Marian Diaz, and welcome to Streaming Tuesdays. I am so excited to be here doing this live stream with you on the topic of gratitude. Usually, for those of you who have watched Streaming Tuesdays, I have Carly Swenson, our communication strategist for Wisdom Ways, with me, but she's not here today, so I'll be doing this one alone. I'm really happy to be thinking about the topic of gratitude. It's something that I've always seen as a very fundamental and basic movement that is a spiritual movement, right? It takes us outside of ourselves. It brings us into a space of transcendence. And this can be a very basic sort of experience, right? For people who are believers and people who are non-believers, people who don't have any religious affiliation or practices around, say, a set liturgy or anything like that. So you really want to think about gratitude in a fundamental way as just a spiritual response to, hey, I appreciate that I'm here. I appreciate that I woke up this morning. I appreciate who I am and who I've come to be in my life. As we were developing our fall catalog for Wisdom Ways and having conversation around this in the summer, coming out of some challenging years in the experience of the pandemic, we wanted to step back and express gratitude. We felt that and decided that this would be the theme for our fall catalog. So while we can sort of have these moments of gratitude, right? I certainly have them. I'm sort of starting this new chapter in my life, and I'm grateful right now to have more family and friends around me. I am super grateful for the position at Wisdom Ways, for my new apartment, all kinds of things that I'm just really grateful for in my life. And what I've come to reflect on, and what I reflected on in my piece in the Wisdom Ways catalog, was really about how gratitude is this awakening out of, taking things for granted. Sometimes there are things and people and aspects of our lives that we take for granted. And so sometimes it takes a loss to awaken that. Sometimes it takes some sort of a challenge to maybe awaken and alert us to those things that we really need to be attuned to in our lives. With many things, it's easy to be grateful with many things that we see as positive in our lives, as bringing joy and happiness and lightness and honesty and authenticity. Those things, I think if that's what you're looking for, it's very easy to be grateful for them. There are also things that happen in our lives that might be harder to be grateful for. And I think of experiences or challenges that I've faced around illness, where you're like, really, do I want this? I don't want this. I don't need this. But at the same time, as I was able to, face having what I had, thyroid cancer, in 2010, and go through the treatments, do what I needed to do, step into it, work on it, embrace it. And it's a situation where it's caused, health situation that I'll be dealing with for the rest of my life. So it's not even something that sort of happened once and I can put away. It's something that I have to continue to navigate and be attuned to. So the sense of gratitude when you face a situation of a serious illness or perhaps a near-death experience or something like that can just really intensify, to where every morning you're getting up like, oh my God, thank God I'm awake this morning. Thank God I'm here. Or just that sense of gratitude if you don't happen to be a theist, right? So this sense of gratitude then can be heightened by certain experiences in our lives, but it can also really be challenging to have gratitude for things that are difficult in our lives. Because the example that I gave of, say, an illness or maybe an injury, are the things that kind of happen, right? Things that just sort of happen to you. But sometimes things that occur in our lives are because of people who do bad things to us, right? Or who cause us malice, or who do have evil intent, or maybe they just have a lot of ignorance around what they're doing, and we're dealing with maybe deceit or lies, or just even a lack of revelation around a certain topic or question. And so when we're facing challenges like that in our lives, it can be even more difficult to be grateful for these things that happen, these what can just come at us out of the blue. And one of the ways that I've learned to reframe these types of experiences around gratitude is really just by going back into myself, regrounding into who I am in my own integrity, my own way of being. And from that space, from my own center and from my own self, exploring how I might navigate this situation with another person, or maybe it's with an organization, or just something that's happening. Maybe it's in a work environment or something like that. So as you become more yourself, more your truest self, your integral self, and so I use that too in a sense of integrity and integral, the more you're going to be able to look at these experiences as things outside of you that can help you to grow, that can help you to expand your way of thinking, that might shift your worldview into a direction that might be more compassionate, or perhaps more forgiving, more allowing of what is. And at the same time, giving you that space to respond in the way you need to these challenging situations. And that growth, really that growth mindset in terms of spirituality is crucial for me. And it's something that allows me to constantly be saying, you know, how am I expanding, and what am I getting out of this in terms of my own development? But then also, how is that development taking me in the direction of making progress on my goals in my life, and taking me in the direction of living into the values that I carry for myself? So we're going to walk through a little bit of an experience, a reflective experience with silence, and I'll guide you through this. And we're going to start with perhaps some just positive things that you're grateful for in your life, some things that easily come to mind that you're just joyful to have in your life. And then we're going to spend a few minutes with something that maybe is a more challenging experience that you're facing. Maybe it's something you just went through that sort of resolved, so you can look back on it and sort of see how far you've come. That might be one way to do that second part of the reflection. Or maybe it is something you're going through that you just need to untangle some of that messiness and find a space where you can insert a little gratitude around it. So just ask you to make yourselves comfortable, to breathe into your body, get settled. If you need to adjust in your chair, maybe sit back a little. I'm pretty comfy as I am, so let's take a deep breath, and then I'll start us off with our singing bowl. So I invite you to keep breathing. Release whatever concerns and cares you're bringing. Feel your breath. Feel gratitude for that breath. The air around us. Feel your heart beating. Feel gratitude for that pulsing sensation. Keeps us alive. Release any tension or stress you might feel in different parts of your body, any pain. Maybe just feel parts of your body where you feel energy right now. Maybe there's some tingling or life-giving sensation in parts of your body. Grateful for all those cells that are so complex and just working on sustaining you and healing you, keeping you going. Be grateful for your body, wherever it is, however it is, whatever situation you find yourself in. Maybe there are some particular relationships you're grateful for. Some friends or family, some trusted confidants or advisors. People who have come into your life and really nourish you, feed you, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, promote your own growth. Feel their presence, feel them close to you, and be grateful for that. Now I just invite you to bring to mind perhaps some challenge that you're dealing with or that you've dealt with recently. Something you didn't really choose maybe, or maybe you did choose it, or something that's hard. Maybe you didn't want it. Maybe you did, and it's just more than you bargained for. Just take a moment and drop that into your spirit. Continue to breathe and release any stuck energy that you feel arising around this experience. Feel any shifts that might be going on in your body. Maybe it's in your heart, in your throat, in your gut, your mind, your shoulders. Consider this experience and perhaps what has this experience taught you about yourself? What has this experience revealed to you about the world, about other people. As you have stepped up and sort of responded to this experience, or maybe you're resisting, where's the call for your own growth and development? Or where did you see growth in something that you dealt with in the past? If the experience feels too close to you, maybe put it out in front of you on a screen. Maybe visualize it. See it as something more outside of you. Something you're observing, watching, and what do you notice? Sometimes just giving these challenges just that little bit of space can be enough to allow for inner peace around it. Keep breathing. Just let yourself feel the growth that you've experienced or will experience coming out from this experience, and how that might help you expand and be more yourself. So I hope that that was an experience for you that gave you some space around gratitude from a couple different perspectives. You know, I just want to note, I'm loving that this is the topic today because I had a huge challenge that I was facing in my life. And it was just resolved pretty much. I'm through most of it as of last night. So that's really exciting. And I know it'll take some time for this to sink in and for me to continue to explore, like, wow, what did I learn for myself about that? What did I learn about other people? Wow, how did I get into that situation? What did I learn? I learned, I think, things about myself in terms of making decisions under duress, or the way I prioritize different parts of my life. Yeah, I think I have a lot to unpack coming out of it, but really there's a spirit of joy and celebration that I held strong and fast with a lot of patient endurance and fortitude through this experience, and found the support of people I needed around me and allowed them to support me and in some cases work on my behalf, because I wasn't in it alone. So I hope that you feel today this sense of connectedness to all different types of experiences in your life that you can see as opportunities to be grateful. I just want to say I'm mindful that for many people, the holidays can be really challenging. They can be a time of great expectation and also a time of disillusion and conflict and challenging experiences. So just offering to you that you be mindful of all the mixedness of life and the realities that it brings to us, and hope that you are able to bring in little spaces over the next few days into your life. Maybe it's just taking a moment to step back and notice what's going on inside of you, what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and start to question, wow, will I come out of this with gratitude? Or do I even have gratitude in the moment? So many blessings. Thanks for joining us. And we'll look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday.